Are you interested in having up to $35,000 in payday loans? If you are, here is a review I want you to pay attention to. So number 10, we have a possible finance. Our score, 7.7 over 10. So when you think about possible finance, I want you to think about an app primarily that provides loans from $50 all the way to $500, sometimes all the way to $1,000, depending on the state you are in. And the thing that we don't like about possible finance is that the app will give you the cash real fast, but they actually will charge you like crazy. I mean, we've seen APRs that go as high as 200%, 300%, but it's really crazy. But the cool thing is you get the cash real fast, okay? Now, if you want to get a loan from Possible Finance, you need to have your social security number. You need to have a state issued ID, such as a driver's license. You need to have a positive bank account balance. So, and they want to see a recent deposits into that account. And you got to have at least 3 months of transaction history. So very important, at least 3 months of transaction history. So this is all they need. They don't have a lot of other requirements. So yeah. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And in today's conversation, we're quickly talking to you about payday loans, no credit check, instant approval. So number 10, possible finance. Number 9, we have bills happen. Our score, 8 over 10. So when you think about bills happen, I want you to think about the quick loans that go all the way to $5,000. So they are more generous than possible finance. We love that a lot. And what we love is that they actually take all kinds of credit. So as a matter of fact, they usually don't check credit. But if you live in a state where they will check credit, they will take all kinds of credit, not a problem. Now, if you have bad credit, if you have poor credit, they might charge you more in terms of APR, okay? Now, they want you to have a bank account. They want you to have a social security number. They actually, so basically the loan amount ranges from $500 all the way to $5,000. But you can be approved real fast. One thing I want to say here is that Bills Happen actually is a great platform to get the loan you need real fast, but also in terms of loyalty. So in other words, if you get the loan and you pay it back, they are willing to lend you again and again and again and again. So it's all about having the right payment history. Number 8, we have creditloan.com. Our score, 8.2 over 10. So when you think about creditloan.com, I want you to think about loans that range from $250 all the way to $5,000. Again, we have a very generous lender here. And the cool thing is that the cash is deposited directly into your account within 4 hours. And we love the fact that you can actually have, so it really depends. You can get the cash within 4 to 24 hours. And if you have bad credit, not a problem. If you have, basically, they don't check credit. But depending on the state you're in, we have to check your credit. But again, bad credit is not an impediment of getting this payday loan. And so the cool thing is that we love the fact that creditloan.com is really flexible. And so sometimes they will ask for proof of income, proof of employment. If you have your pay stubs for the last 2 months, you are good to go. So this is really good. Okay, so the cash here goes from $250 all the way to $5,000. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having conversations about payday loans, no credit check, instant approval. This is a $35,000 payday loan play we're going to have today. And so I want you to stick around because we have a lot more, like a lot of very generous lenders you will be interested to know about. Number 7, we have badcreditloans.com. Our score, 8.6 over 10. So when you think about badcreditloans.com, I want you to think about loans that go from $500 to $10,000. What we love about badcreditloans.com, first of all, Bad Credit Loans is not a direct lender. So it is actually a lender platform, a lender marketplace. So what they do is they actually will connect you with actual lenders. But what we love is that badcreditloans.com is really, really fast. As a matter of fact, you can get a loan within 2 hours after applying. Let's say if you have all the requirements, they will fund you real quick. And the application form is really, really straightforward, one page, not a problem. The thing is that in terms of loan terms, you can actually get from 3 to 60 months. Even though this is a payday loan, sometimes they will look at you and they will look at your file and they will extend you up to 60 months when it comes to repayment. And the interest rate is kind of cool too. You're looking at 6% all the way to 36%. So this is really good. Number 6, we have cashusa.com. Our score, 8.9 over 10. Now, here is another great lender when it comes to payday loans, no credit check, instant approval, massive draw. And here we have loans that go from $500 to $10,000. And the cool thing is you can receive a loan decision in minutes. And the cool thing is they will put the funds directly into your bank account. And so if you don't have a bank account, they could actually also give you other kinds of payments. Not a problem at all. And the cool thing is that so it goes from $500 to $10,000. The interest rate is pretty good. We're looking at 6% to 36%. And here they can be very generous also, and extend the repayment window from 3 months all the way to 72 months. You got to understand, when we talk about payday loans, usually they want you to pay back the loan within 3 months, within 6 months. But cashusa.com has lenders who will work with you and actually extend the repayment window all the way to 72 months, okay? But you got to be employed for at least 90 days to actually qualify for this loan. You got to be employed for at least three months. You got to have you got to have a social. You got to be at least 18 years of age, and you got to be a resident or a citizen. Number 5, we have uploans.com. Our score, 9 over 10. One thing we love about uploans is that they've been in the industry for a while now, and they're not as generous as the other players, but we love the fact that they've been around for a while and they're very solid. So you're looking at the loans that go from $500 all the way to $4,000, and they have repayment terms from 9 months all the way to 18 months. And rates are kind of high though. Rates are crazy. You know, you're looking at rates that go all the way to 160%, sometimes 200%. I mean, triple digits. Okay. And so this is a very expensive loan that's really best, in our view, reserved for emergencies. I'm talking about real emergencies, boss. Okay. Now, UpFi, which is actually the lender that provides up loans, reviews applicants' bank account transactions to evaluate their monthly cash flow. So your cash flow is really important here. So instead of a hard credit pull, this lender, UpFi, will review your Clarity Services report, which actually provides information on consumers with low credit scores. Okay, and so this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that to get a loan from UpFi, you need minimum gross monthly income of $1,500, a bank account with at least 40 days of history, and you need to be able to receive paychecks through direct deposit. Number 4, we have personalloans.com. Our score, 9.1 over 10. So with personalloans.com, this is the play that I was just talking to you about. Here you have loans that go from $1,000 all the way to, check this out, $35,000. Amazing. So personalloans.com is actually a large lender network. It's not a direct lender. But the cool thing is that you have a fast loan decision, and you can actually use the loan for any purpose. It doesn't really matter, okay? And you can get funded within 12 to 24 hours. So loan, you're looking at the $1,000 all the way to $35,000. Interest rates goes from 6% to 36%, and the loan term 3 months to 72 months. Fantastic. But the thing is, again, personalloans.com is not a direct lender. What they do is they will match you with payday loans, short-term loans, and personal installment loans that you repay over longer periods. And some of the platform's lenders deposit the money directly into your account within hours, and you can use the cash however you choose. Note that emergency loans tend to have higher rates and fees than traditional loans, boss. This is really important. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? I'm just showing you our top 10 payday loans, no credit check, instant approval. And here we are speaking about a $35,000 power play. Very important. Number 3, we have here Money Mutual. Our score, 9.4 over 10. So when you think about Money Mutual, I want you to think about a player that is very generous. But the thing is that they tend to release funds a little slowly. First of all, you have short-term loans up to $5,000. We've seen cases where they went all the way to $10,000, but usually their average is around $5,000. And so Money Mutual is actually also an online marketplace of lenders. Funds are available in as few as 24 hours. So we love that a lot. And so the thing is that Money Mutual has a straightforward application track, in our view. Like you just have, you can spend 2 to 3 minutes just filling out a form. And what happens here is that the form gets dispatched to lenders, and those lenders will contact you and will be basically sending the funds to you. What we love about Money Mutual is that they actually have been around for a long time now. Okay, I mean, they used to be back in the day, like back in the 2010s or the 2000. So this lender has been around. So we love that a lot. And you can get your cash, the money in your cash in your checking account within 24 hours. Number two, we have smartadvances.com. Our score 9.7 over 10. So with smartadvances.com, you have a lender that actually gives you personal loans from $100 to $20,000. So this is kind of cool. Think about it, 20 grand. This is really good. We love that a lot. You can receive an approval decision in as little as 2 minutes. Can you imagine that? And the cool thing is funds can be deposited into your account in one business day and used for any purpose. They're not trying to really put some roadblocks or asking for restrictions or whatever. You can use the cash for whatever reason you want to use. This is really good. What we love about smartadvances.com is that there are no hidden fees. Like, they're very transparent. If they're going to charge you something, they'll let you know upfront. And the cool thing is that they actually can pre-qualify your loan request within 2 minutes of submission without a hard credit check or damage to your credit score. So we love that a lot. The only thing is you must earn at least $1,000 per month, as well as meet other basic qualifying criteria to actually get a loan. But some lenders can fund your loan without a credit check as long as they can confirm your income. Number one, the best of the best, boss. The best of the best in our view. 24/7 Lending Group. Our score 9.9 over 10. So when you think about 24/7 Lending Group, I want you to think about personal loans that go from $500 to $35,000. And the cool thing is they actually accept all credit types. This is kind of cool. And you have a simple no credit impact form. And so they've been doing this for 20 years now. So you are looking at a very legit lender, very generous at that. And here again, the loan amounts we are speaking about $500 to $35,000. APR we have 6% to 36%, and the loan repayment window here you are looking at 2 months all the way to 72 months. So 60 days to 72 months. So the cool thing is that I want you to really understand when you think about the 24/7 Lending Group, you're looking at a network that actually caters to all credit types. Not a problem at all. They actually provide installment loans that give you more than a traditional cash advance loan to repay, and you can receive approval and a deposit of your loan the same day you apply. But it may take up to 24 hours before it's in your checking accounts and available to spend. So just keep that in mind. So you had the top 10 payday loans with no credit check instant approval, a $35,000 power play here. Now, one thing I want to say here is that when we talk about the overview, let me give you a quick overview so we have a clear idea what we're speaking about. See, the thing is, when you talk about payday loans, sometimes you're talking about instant loans, you got to also talk about cash advance apps, right? Because it's all about providing cash to you in an emergency in a very fast way, in a very fast and efficient way. So you have a lot of cash advance apps that can really also get the job done in terms of giving you the cash that you need. If you need the cash, if you need money to take care of something. But the only thing is, with cash advance apps, the loan amounts are usually, I will say, smaller. Like if you were to go for a payday loan, you will get like a larger amount. But with cash advance apps, you'll probably get like a $500, $750, $800. If you're lucky, you get $1,000. Okay. And now, so when we talk about cash advance apps, we're speaking about apps such as Dave, Brigit. You have Earning. I mean, those are kind of cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're really good for emergency loans. But if you really want to have something more consequential, you need to just apply for a regular loan. So in that case, it's just better to contact Possible Finance, Bills Happen, Credit Loan, BadCreditLoans.com, Cash USA, all the other players I just spoke about. Okay. In any circumstance, what I want you to do is you always have to have 3 things ready. Make sure that you are able to prove your income. In other words, like you can show a pay stub or whatever, and also make sure that you have been working for at least 2 months, because a lot of those players, they want you to be working for at least 2 months before they advance the cash to you. So if you're working, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to have a full-time job or part-time, as long as you're making money consistently. Doesn't matter if you have a full-time job, right? Because you could be having 3 jobs and still pulling the same consistent revenue, and that's what they care about, because they want to gauge your ability to repay the loan you were applying for. So you gotta show proof of income, you gotta show proof of employment, and you gotta also show that you have a bank account. If you have those 3 elements, a lot of those payday loans and cash advance apps, they will fund you. But one thing I want to say here is that before actually deciding to apply for a payday loan or a cash advance app, it's important to really understand that there are some risks. There are pros and cons, there are drawbacks, and I want to quickly talk about the drawbacks of cash advance apps, because not a lot of people are asking for loans up to $35,000, right? So I mean, most people, if they're looking for a payday loan, they're probably looking for $500 or $1,000. And again, the thing is, if you don't get a loan, you can actually apply through a cash advance app. And so those cash advance apps do have some drawbacks we need to talk about. For example, the bank account with recurring deposit, like those cash advance apps do require bank accounts with recurring deposits, and you might have to have a first time setup and transfer delay. It really depends on whom you bank with, and the loan amounts are low. I think I just said that you're not going to be above $1,000. But it's really important to understand that even though on this show we're not condoning payday loans at all, I just want to be clear here. I'm not here saying that payday loans are good. I'm just saying that payday loans exist for a reason. There are some people under some circumstances that want to resort to those loans. Okay, I understand that. I'm not trying to judge at all. But what I want to say here is that remember that when we talk about payday loans, there are all kinds of payday loans. You can like this. Besides the traditional payday loans you can get online, you can also get a storefront payday loan. You can get a credit union payday alternative loan, or you can get a pawn shop loan. Now remember that all those loans will cost you a lot of cash. They are very expensive. It's important to know that they are very expensive. And one thing I also want to say is that you have to be really careful about how the APR you are being charged. Very critical. One thing I also want to say here is that when we talk about payday loans, remember that a payday loan is kind of similar to a cash advance, and everything revolves around emergency. Let's say, stuff happens, right? I mean, you probably have your grandmother got sick, your grandfather got injured, whatever. So they end up in the hospital, and you don't have, they're not insured, and so you're the only relative they have. So you feel like you have to shoulder the responsibility. I'm just giving you a hypothetical example. But what I'm saying, it's all about explaining why people are having emergency bills or emergency expenses, and or stuff happen that you can't really, like, you're not making enough money to actually cover your next I would say the next 2 weeks. So you need to have a payday loan, or to have maybe a cash advance. So a cash advance, also known as a payday loan, emergency loan, or no credit check loan, is a type of personal loan that's based on your income instead of your credit history. And you can get a cash advance online or from local payday lenders. And so it's important. Now, another option is a credit card cash advance, which is a cash withdrawal from your available credit limit that can be completed at an ATM or a bank branch. Now, the thing here is that to get a cash advance, you have a lot of ways, but it's just a lot better to actually go through a lender, like a direct lender network. You can go to your bank, you can go to your credit union, but chances are you might not be approved. But if you are approved, you will be getting like a very small loan amount. But if you go through a direct lender network, you'll be getting a higher loan amount, but they'll be charging you like crazy too. They'll be charging you a lot in APR. So be aware of that, right? So this is a coin. So when we talk about cash advance, we are speaking about a coin with with two sides. So as long as you're comfortable, as long as you know about the two sides of that coin, and you're comfortable about those two sides, you should be good to go. Okay, it's all about, like people say, information is power. Yeah, information is definitely power. So the thing here is that you gotta ask yourself, do I need a cash advance right now? Or even better, how do I actually prevent myself from being in a situation where I need a cash advance? Which means you might need to have, you might need to actually start an emergency fund, a rainy day fund, some kind of savings account that can help you, I would say, withstand the problems that life will throw at you. So it's all about risk mitigation. It's all about making sure that you have enough liquidity. Before I actually do a recap here, I want to acquaint you with our loan evaluation approach on this show. We have a method when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing payday loans, no credit check, instant approval. Please check this out right now. All right, let's quickly recap here. So number one, we have 24/7 lending group, 9.9 over 10. Number two, we have smartadvances.com, 9.7 over 10. Number three, we have Money Mutual, 9.4 over 10. Number four, we have personalloans.com, 9.1 over 10. Number five, we have app loans, 9 over 10. Number six, we have cashusa.com. We have 8.9 over 10. Number seven, we have badcreditloans.com, 8.6 over 10. Number eight, we have creditloan.com, 8.2 over 10. Number 9, we have Bills Happen. Our score, 8 over 10. Number 10, we have Possible Finance. Our score, 7.7 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.